Hey, somber day. I woke up early this morning. The votes have been tallied. Yet awakened to the sad and somber news that Donald Trump had defeated Vice President Kamala Harris for the race to the White House. Early that morning, I could feel the racial tension while I rode the subway. It was as if I had literally stepped into the twilight zone. I could feel and see the smirks on the faces of whites as they passed by. I felt sick on my stomach. It was as if a dark cloud had covered the nation. The hopes and aspirations of blacks were once again met with disappointment, yet let down by a system and society which they had finally come to trust, only to be betrayed, only to be rudely awakened to the realization that America had not changed, picking their man, their champion, Donald Trump, their champion, a man who I believe in the inner recesses of his heart and the dark corners of his mind, secretly aspired to be the next fascist leader of America. Allow me to give you a brief anecdote. There was a man who wanted to be an architect, but never amounted beyond much of a poetry painter. He lived on the wealth of an inheritance, a man who is said to have daydreamed a lot, but whose ideas would make him one of the greatest demagogues in human history. A man, like many great figures in history, had the gift of oratory, and he used that gift to galvanize a nation into a war machine unlike the world has ever seen. As a demagogue, he pandered to the base fears and prejudices of the people in desperate need of a hero, a man who arrived to become what they call Führer of the German nation. His name was Adolf Hitler. He would rebuild the nation of a broken people, and with the help of millions of willing tools, offer the world a final solution. The final solution to their problem, the extermination of all European Jews. Yes, a white nationalist leader and dictator who adopted and boasted of the notion of a superior Aryan race that will rule supreme for 1,000 years. Hitler seemed unstoppable. His quest for world domination seemed imminent and within reach. He ruled with an iron fist, intimidating and not even tolerating the hint of dissent. He ruled through fear and intimidation. He schemed and plotted on his own with a secret police force called the Gestapo. He wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which outlined his blueprint, an idea for the complete extermination of all European Jews, entitled Mein Kampf, which was the final solution. Hitler rounded up European Jews in boxcars, toting them off to concentration camps, isolating them in what was called the Warsaw ghettos. Hitler starved the Jews to death. Images of emaciated bodies shocked the world, and the world did nothing. Other Jews were forced to dig massive graves in which they were systematically murdered by firing squads. The final solution was finally being carried out. Jews were herded naked into large rooms, thought to be showers, only proved to be gas chambers. Their jewelry, whatever jewelry they had left on their fingers, was stolen. The air was filled with particles coming from the smokestacks of crematories. It has been said that all it takes for evil to reign is for good people to stand by and do nothing. Hitler's quest for world domination was within reach, but in a twist of fate, a Jewish physicist named Albert Einstein warned President Truman that Hitler was working on and experimenting with an atomic bomb. But America weaponized Einstein's life work and created the first atomic bomb, which was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ending World War II. Hitler and his mistress committed hara-kiri. They committed suicide. Dr. King said that America's dying of a rot, an internal rot called cancer. Does this story sound even remotely familiar? All evil, ungodly empires, nations and empires will eventually fall under the weight of their own arrogance. Karma is my sentiments are the same.